got another voice coming in also from Kyiv. You can continue to stay with me. Oleksiy Haran is a professor of political science at the National University of Kyiv-Mohyla Academy. He's also with us. So let's get as many voices in as possible. Thank you very much, Oleksiy, for being with us here on India Today. We were just speaking to our reporter on the ground, Maria Paisarenko. I hope you were able to hear her. There's been a missile attack overnight near a railway station in Kyiv. The big development today is the fall of the city of Kherson to Russian control. The attacks on Kharkiv are continuing in a very big way. What is your assessment, sir, on what you expect to see happen today? The second week of this invasion has begun today.
I hear voices in your studio. I cannot hear the moderator.
Okay, can we correct that audio so Oleksiy can hear me? Can you hear me, Oleksiy, right now?
Yes, but there are a lot of other voices in the studio.
Okay, can I ask our producers to cut away the background sound so Oleksiy can hear me? Please confirm to me once he can, so then I can ask him a question. Switch the talkback off so he can't hear anything else except me. Can you hear me now, Oleksiy?
Yes, now it's good.
I'm asking you what you think is going to be the big thing next that happens after Kherson has fallen, Kharkiv continues to be bombarded by Russian forces. There was a missile attack in Kyiv. Today happens to be the first day of the second week of this invasion. What do you think is happening next?
Well, I think it doesn't take much. Look, because I saw the title, I'm watching you online right now. I saw the title, Russia tries to cut off Kyiv from Kherson. Listen, Kherson is 600 kilometers away from Kiev.
Yes.
Okay, do you understand?
Yes, yes,
600
absolutely.
kilometers. So your title is, I'm sorry, remove it.
We'll remove that.
This is wrong.
Okay, we'll remove that.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, the second title.
Noted. Producers, please remove that line which talks of, connects Kherson to Kiev. That's completely, that's incorrect and misleading. Let's remove that immediately. Yes, keep going, Oleksiy.
Wonderful. Second title, that there is a pro-Russian rebellion in Mariupol. Come on, guys, please remove it as well.
Okay.
There could be infiltration of Russian special forces, but there is no pro-Russian rebellion in Mariupol. Come on, please remove it ASAP.
No, we'll do our own. We'll do our own corroborations. We'll do our own corroborations, Oleksiy. Oleksiy, one sec. We'll do our own corroborations on the ground because we've got reporters on the ground. We'll do our own. Your word is noted. Your word is noted. We'll note it. We'll check our own sources because there's a lot of misinformation happening on the ground. I want as a professor of political science, I want your assessment of the security situation right now after the fall of Kherson, which is something that the Ukrainian government has apparently acknowledged. What do you think will happen next now?
Nothing. We will continue resistance. Look, people are going just peacefully without arms to block Russian forces. So even if Russia have some military victories, Ukraine will continue to resist. There's no doubt about that. So don't believe, I'm telling you as a political scientist, don't believe anything Russian propaganda is saying. Rely on official sources Ukrainian or your correspondence on the ground. Unless you see that there are Russian tanks in some city, don't believe it. And finally, yesterday there was a very important voting in the UN General Assembly with a resolution which condemns the Russian war and which demands to stop the war. Okay, we were supported by 141 countries. 141. Only 5 countries were against. So it's Russia, Belarus, Eritrea, Syria, and North Korea. Okay, so where is India? India abstained, unfortunately. And that's what I do not understand. My dear Indians, how many Ukrainians should die in order for you to condemn Russian aggression. You care about Indian students in Kharkiv. They are under shelling. Why we understand that Russia is considered to be your strategic partner, but at this point we are talking about people, civilians, children, others. Demand from Russia to stop the war. Why do you abstain? It shows how Russian propaganda is working within India.
It has nothing to do with propaganda, but continue. Yeah.
Oleksiy,
it has nothing to do with propaganda. It has nothing to do with propaganda. I agree with you about the abstentions. That's the reason why India today is on the ground reporting this crisis that is, has taken over the country of Ukraine. The reasons that India has abstained have nothing to do with propaganda. They have to do with, India's old ties with Russia. You're not wrong. The abstentions are problematic in many eyes right now. Just correcting you that it has nothing to do with propaganda. It has something to do with the older ties. Please continue.
Okay, so that's why we urge India. India is the largest democracy in the world.
Yes.
Stop war. Do not abstain. Thank you so much. What else would you like to ask me?
I wanted to ask you about Kyiv itself, Professor. The attempts by Russia to besiege Kyiv. We do know that Yanukovych is in Belarus. There is a view from the outside that Russia wants to install a puppet government that it can control. How do you see that playing out? Because with the manner in which Ukraine has responded to this entire invasion, why does Russia think it can remove President Zelensky, install Yanukovych, and that will just sort out all their problems? Could that, lead to civil war, creation of a military state? I know I'm talking about the bigger picture, but is that ever going to happen? Realistic answer.
No. Don't repeat Russian words about civil war. Come on. Yesterday there was a poll. 93% of Ukrainians are supporting Zelensky as president. Even Yanukovych is simply a puppet. He's a clown. Come on. Even people in Donbass, they hate Yanukovych. So basically it means that Russia is totally out of touch from understanding what's going on here. We have a liberation war. People are united. 93%, 85% are wanting to take arms or support Ukrainian army. 90% of Ukrainian people now, 90%, believe in victory over Russia. How can you crush Ukrainians if they are going unalarmed to block Russians?
Oleksiy, one final question. One final small question for you. What is the end game? Putin, is going to want to have something to show to the world. I'm talking very realistically. Are you seeing that he will be removed in the Kremlin? Will the oligarchs, get together and remove him? Because this is making him look really bad. Let's look at it realistically also. And that's making him perhaps more dangerous. He may attack with greater aggression because of the pressure he's under right now from the world and at home.
Well, I think the best way would be domestic coup d'etat in Russia and Putin removed from power. Because what he is doing now, he is actually undermining the positions even of people around him, the oligarchs and other people. So they are losing billions of money. They are losing their assets abroad. They are losing their status. So I believe that any Russian close to Putin, if he still has something, in mind, in his brains, it would be safe. You can save Russia only with removing of Putin. And what the world community should demand at this point, ceasefire. Stop shelling Ukrainian city and killing civilians. So, and Putin, you demonstrated, Putin who wants to create a puppet government in Kyiv with this crazy guy, Yanukovych, it means that they simply did not understand what is going on the ground. So people, yesterday I worked to take some food.
Okay.
So people who were staying in huge lines, they are cursing Putin. In Russian language, they are cursing Putin, they are cursing Belarusian dictator, and you should hear the words, what they're saying about them.
We've heard,
So
we've heard some of those.
You have a wonderful correspondent in Kyiv.
Yes.
He may confirm. So he is reporting good, but don't believe anything which Russia is saying which Russia is saying until it's confirmed by people on the ground.
No, I take your point. I think it's a very good point that amidst this conflict, there are very, very major, very problematic claims that are being made. I hear you. I hear, Oleksiy, what you're saying. I do know that the people of Ukraine are wondering about India's third abstention in the United Nations as well. It's a complicated issue. You know how it is between countries, but given what's happening in Ukraine right now, I think I totally empathize with the problems that people have with that. We'll try and get into that a little bit more, but I thank you for your words, and I thank you for your candor and honesty in telling us how you feel about the way things are going out and about our reporting. We very much value that. Oleksiy Haran, thank you very much.
Let me say Donabad, Shukran. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Oleksiy. Stay safe. We'll keep coming back to you.